Okay, here we have a bar magnet free falling through a coil. It's accelerating due to gravity, so its speed is going to increase. So it's falling down now, and the magnetic field is strongest near the poles. So as it moves closer to the coil, the flux linkage through the coil will increase like this. It'll reach a maximum when it's at the center, and then the flux linkage will start to decrease as the magnet moves away. But because the magnet, when it's moving away, it's been accelerated to gravity, it will be moving away much more quickly than it came in. So the decrease in flux is going to be much sharper. Okay, so we can use this graph to figure out the EMF against time graph, because the gradient of this graph will give you this EMF against time, because EMF is rate of change of flux. So at the beginning the EMF wasn't changing very much, but then the EMF increased as a positive gradient. You can apply Lenz's law, but I'm just going to ignore the sign of this for now. So EMF increases. Then it's when it's at center, the EMF is basically fairly constant for a while. And then once the EMF starts to decrease, we'll get a negative once the flux starts to decrease, we get a negative EMF. But this time the negative EMF is going to be much higher, more negative than the positive EMF. The reason being because it's moving much more quickly, so the rate of change flux will be higher. So a bigger value will be shown there. The force on the magnets. So when the magnet is moving towards the coil in the situation above, it will experience a force upwards, and the coil will experience a force downwards. This is because they're trying to oppose the increase in flux, so they're being pushed apart. While when the magnet is moving away from the coil, the flux is decreasing. So to oppose that change, the magnet will be attracted upwards, and the coil will be attracted downwards. The area under this graph here is the change in flux, because E times delta T gives you change in flux. It should be above and below, they should cancel, and the total should be equal to 0.